This was an idea back in 2017, led by former RCAF Commander Mike Hood and our chair, John Wright. Really, the intention of the new foundation was to try and take a past, present, and future approach to learning about the Air Force and aviation in Canada. We didn't have something like this before. The Army and the Navy have similar organizations, but the Air Force did not have a foundation that was able to look back and celebrate the incredible accomplishments and achievements of its past, but also look forward to try and encourage young people to consider aviation and aerospace. We started talking about this about 5 years ago, but we launched in 2021, and we're so excited to have so many great young people especially interested in choosing aviation as a career path in their lives. We're really excited to hear from these young people themselves. These scholars, in their own words, tell us about their own career path and what they're planning to do to impact their community and make a real difference in this country. We hear from so many young people across the country about what they want to do with their lives, how they want to get involved in the aviation and aerospace industry, but there's no substitute for hearing from them and hearing about how inspirational their path is. Really, the sky's the limit with these young people and what they're going to achieve in their lives, and we're so happy to help them out and be a support, but also be along for the ride. So enjoy, from their own words, these great, wonderful, inspirational scholars.
Quand j'avais 15 ans, dans le fond, j'ai participé à un voyage scolaire avec mon école secondaire. On est allé en Chine pendant une dizaine de jours. Je m'étais amené plein de livres, plein de choses à faire, dans le fond, pour m'occuper. Puis finalement, j'ai pas sorti quoi que ce soit de tout ça. J'ai simplement été fascinée tout le long par l'avion. J'ai regardé, dans le fond, par le hublot, regardé les ailes, comment l'avion volait. J'étais vraiment fascinée. J'ai parlé beaucoup avec les hôtesses de l'air aussi pour en savoir plus sur leur métier. Puis c'est vraiment de là qu'est né mon intérêt pour l'aviation. Mon rêve, ce serait vraiment d'être pilote de ligne. Ça m'a vraiment intéressée dès le début de mon parcours scolaire là, au cégep. Puis là, présentement, je viens de commencer mon baccalauréat en génie aérospatial à Polytechnique aussi. Donc, je continue dans la même voie en espérant pouvoir commencer mes licences de pilote aussi en même temps dans les prochaines années. J'ai pas exactement de raison de pourquoi je veux travailler en aviation. C'est vraiment juste un monde qui m'intéresse vraiment beaucoup. Il y a tellement de progrès aussi qui peut être fait en termes d'environnement. Par exemple, il y a Bombardier là, qui ont annoncé récemment leur prochain avion électrique. Super intéressant, c'est vraiment des beaux projets, mais toutes les entreprises s'y mettent peu à peu. Le développement durable est vraiment au cœur des recherches. C'est sûr qu'au début, quand je suis rentrée là, au cégep à 17 ans, je savais que c'était 10 % seulement de la population étudiante qui était féminine. Je sais qu'il y a beaucoup de travail à faire, mais je pense que ça s'en va déjà beaucoup, ça s'en va sur la bonne voie. Je pense que ça intéresse beaucoup autant les filles que les garçons. Les gens sont intrigués, les gens veulent que les femmes prennent leur place parce qu'on apporte quelque chose de différent. J'ai remarqué aussi que dans les cours, justement, on apporte quelque chose de différent dans les laboratoires qui sont plus techniques, qui sont plus manuels. On a une méthode de travail très différente, généralement, des hommes. Donc, c'est quand même, on se complète bien, ça fait des belles équipes. Je ne sais pas encore, justement, qu'est-ce qui m'intéresse le plus dans l'aviation en termes de génie aérospatial. C'est sûr que, bon, il y a mon rêve d'être pilote qui existe encore, mais c'est sûr que j'aimerais quand même explorer le côté, justement, génie aérospatial, le côté plus fabrication d'avions, création, innovation. Donc, c'est ça. J'ai hâte de voir, dans le fond, où ça va mener, où mes stages vont me mener. Ça va vraiment être de voir, là, dans les prochaines années, qu'est-ce qui m'attend, puis dans quoi je vais avoir envie de me lancer. Ça va être quoi mon prochain projet, dans le fond.
When I was 13, I came across a book, and it was written by the Wright brothers. Basically, it was a picture book. It just illustrated these two brothers, and they put together an aircraft. Their success amongst many failures was very inspiring. From there, I had my first opportunity to go to the museum. It was an aviation museum in Ottawa, and I was able to see the history of each of the aircraft, the evolution, and it just inspired me more. And from there, it ignited that spark of aviation inside of me, and since then, I've always wanted to be a pilot. I know a lot of people, they accredit their achievements to their parents, but I think for me, this is very, very underrated and understated. It all goes back to them, and I think every fiber in me believes that who I am today and the rest of my journey to come in my career path, it's all thanks to my mom and dad. Another person would actually be Judy Cameron. She's a retired Canadian Air Canada pilot, the first ever female Canadian captain for the 767 and the 777s. She's another inspiration or role model that I'd want to follow in the steps of. I guess the end goal would be an airline pilot. I think that's where I see myself. Some want to be fighter pilots for the Air Force, some want to go and instruct, but for me, I would be able to look in the mirror and tell myself that Trisha's made it today. It's the day that I'd be able to say that I'm a captain for one of these airliners. But I also believe in going above and beyond, and I don't think I'd want to stop there. I would hope to have my own foundation one day and provide some financial support for students like me. The end dream goal would of course be an astronaut. So ask me this question in 10 years and I'll give you another answer maybe, yeah. The industry is a vital part of our economy. People need to travel and do it quickly and do it fast, and I think that the aviation industry just needs to keep up with that. With that said also, I think the last decade in aviation has shifted towards welcoming more diversity, having more opportunities for those who might be a little underprivileged. The call for females is great. The increase in numbers in women in aviation is very inspiring, so I think that's the change that we just need to continue forward with. There's the RCAF Foundation that's allowed me to sit here today, and from that opportunity, I think if I were to piece it down to one word of what I've gotten out of it would be reassurance. So when a foundation recognizes you have this potential, that they see what you see in yourself in the mirror every day, it just gives you that reassurance that what you're doing is enough. You're doing just enough and you just got to keep going. And I like that feeling. That's the feeling that I want to put into other aspiring young pilots.
Back in Saskatoon, I used to live really close to the airport. One day, I think I looked up at a plane and I was like, hey, I want to work in aviation, building those planes. So here I am now, working towards my mechanical engineering degree and looking toward the future in aviation and aerospace. So my dream job would be in aviation or aerospace engineering. I want to be one of the people who makes a big difference in the aviation industry, who makes aviation more accessible and environmentally friendly. I want to be building the future of aviation with a company. I think my parents have been my main inspiration, and they've really inspired me to pursue a career in aviation and to follow my dreams. I never thought I could really get into the University of Toronto or receive these scholarships. They really pushed me and let me know that I could do some pretty incredible things. So I see aviation heading towards a more accessible and sustainable future. I really think that sustainability is really important for the future of aviation because aviation really isn't going anywhere. I think that it also needs to be more accessible just to everyone, just so that they can travel, see the world, just like I've been fortunate enough to do. The RCAF Foundation Scholarship has really showed me that, you know, somebody believes in me, somebody trusts me to be successful in my future. And I think that's a really big motivator for me. Just moving to Toronto, it's not cheap at all. Moving halfway across the country, there's tuition, a lot of money that has to go into that. And this scholarship has really relieved some of that burden off my shoulders. I've also been able to use part of the scholarship to work towards my pilot's license, which has always been a dream of mine. So thanks to the RCAF Foundation Scholarship, I've been able to really achieve my dreams and to take flight, literally. So to anybody in high school who wants to be in my position, I would say, don't be afraid to take a shot. I never thought I would be in Toronto studying among some of the brightest minds in Canada, but with some encouragement from my friends, my family, I've really pushed myself and, you know, tried to apply for these things. Even if I thought they were a long shot, a lot of things that you can accomplish just by trying.